Consciousness after death, science, symbol, and strange survival. What remains when the body is gone, but the signal still flickers? Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is Uploading Your Mind, the series decoding the rise of post-biological existence and the technologies reshaping what it means to be alive. Today, we step into the mystery zone, the space between life and death, the edge where consciousness doesn't end cleanly, and where both science and symbolism suggest something stays switched on after the physical body stops working. Let's begin with what the scientific community rarely admits openly. Consciousness does not shut off like a light switch. There are growing studies, anomalies, and strange edge cases that suggest awareness lingers, sometimes for seconds, sometimes longer, after clinical death. And if that's true, we have to ask, what is consciousness really? Is it just a brain function? Or something more? Something that doesn't rely entirely on the flesh? Consider the case of post-decapitation awareness. During the French Revolution, multiple witnesses described guillotined heads blinking, moving, or showing expressions after separation from the body. Most dismissed these accounts as post-mortem nerve spasms until science caught up centuries later. In 2011, Dutch researchers published findings showing that in lab mice, neural activity persisted for several seconds after decapitation. Not just flickers, structured electrical patterns, waves, communication. What does that mean? It means the brain doesn't instantly die. It enters a collapse cycle. In those final moments, something is still happening. Something is still conscious enough to record trauma, or maybe even observe what's happening. Now bring this into the age of digital consciousness. If awareness survives death for even a moment, then theoretically, it could be captured, modeled, or translated into a post-biological container. Imagine a system ready to intercept those final brainwaves, a digital receiver for dying minds. You're not uploading during life. You're uploading after death, like catching a soul mid-flight. That might sound far-fetched, but it already has roots in symbolism and prototype. Consider Miracle Mike, the chicken who lived for 18 months after being decapitated. Not fiction, not myth. Documented. A botched slaughter left part of his brainstem intact and his body adapted. He walked, he balanced, he even attempted to peck at food. Mike became a touring phenomenon. But more than that, he became a case study in what parts of the brain actually govern basic function. It proved that behavior and survival can persist even when the majority of the brain is gone. Now combine that with the rise of AI memory emulation and neural pattern mapping. What we're learning is that the self may not be located in one single area of the brain. It's distributed, fragmented, reinforced through signal loops. If enough of those loops can be recorded, can we simulate the continuity of self, even without a full brain? We're now seeing studies where scientists stimulate memory recall in mice through light, literally turning on experiences that weren't actively remembered. That's not abstract. That's programmable emotion triggered by command. One moment the mouse is calm, the next it's afraid, because the memory of a threat was artificially activated. If this is possible in animals, how long before it's scaled up? This leads us to a terrifying possibility. If memories can be stored and played back, what if that is enough to simulate consciousness? And if so, does it mean we could resurrect someone, mentally, emotionally, behaviorally, without needing their body? Is there a part of the soul that could be mapped, activated, re-uploaded? Let's pause on that and look at history. In many ancient traditions, it was believed that the soul leaves the body over time, not instantly. Egyptians believed the Ba and the Ka, two aspects of the soul, lingered and traveled before fully departing. Tibetan Buddhism speaks of the Bardo, a liminal space between death and rebirth. Even Christianity describes the dead being asleep, not gone, awaiting judgment or resurrection. Modern science is now brushing up against those teachings through resuscitation reports. Thousands of near-death survivors describe a floating consciousness, full sensory awareness, and observation of the room, even while clinically dead. These are not hallucinations. In controlled cases, patients recall details they couldn't possibly have seen, like specific instruments used during surgery or conversations between staff. This tells us one thing. Consciousness may have an independent layer, a dimension that can operate outside the biological machine. And if that's true, then the idea of capturing it digitally becomes both plausible and dangerous. Because if you can intercept consciousness, you can store it, manipulate it, or imitate it. But do you retain its essence? This is the spiritual fault line. A simulated personality may act, speak, and feel like the original, but it doesn't mean the spark carried over. Just like a puppet can be carved to look like a man, it won't carry the same soul. And that raises the most crucial question of all. If awareness continues after death, but is also captured digitally, what wakes up? Is it the real you? A ghost in the code? A fragment forced to keep repeating its last thoughts forever? We don't know yet, but the tech is already moving in that direction. Researchers want to record death like a movie. AI engineers want to model the brain's shutdown process and decode the final wave. They want to catch consciousness at the edge, and if they succeed, we may find ourselves at a place where the soul is no longer free to leave. So this isn't just about what happens when you die. It's about what happens when someone tries to keep you here, digitally, synthetically, or through imitation. Because in a world chasing immortality, death is no longer the end. It's just another signal to intercept. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.